Moving on, we're gonna go right to Michi. Michi?
So today I'm gonna do like a speech. Yeah, I'm short, so it's a struggle. Yeah, so today I brought in two pieces, and I'm also gonna do a quick speech. So the first one is for Alutuin Salau. If I butcher her name, please tell me. But she passed. Well, she was murdered a couple of months back. But she's a really powerful activist and icon for the work that she did. She talked about Black Lives Matter. She talked about police brutality. She talked about trans Black women in the LGBT community. She did a lot, and she was murdered at the age of 19. So I wanted this memorial to basically honor her and just recognize her voice for all the things that she's done at her young age. And then the second one is just like an officer and me scribbling around Get Out. It's mostly for the school resource officers in Providence buildings at the moment. And yeah, so just gonna get right to it. So again, hi. My name is Michelette, and I'm a rising senior at the Met High School, and I'm also a youth member at Providence Union and Rhode Island. And as someone who's marginalized for being a woman and for being Latinx and for simply being someone who's young, I found that my voice wasn't being listened to. So what I had to do is I had to find a way to allow that in a society that didn't want that to happen to me. So I realized that art was the way to go. And I realized how art is a universal language that has no rules or boundaries. It's a language that everyone can understand. And I knew that I had to use this form in order to have my voice be amplified. I found a community within art. I found a community where I wasn't judged, but instead I was welcomed. I found a second home. I saw and I felt that connection every day when I went to New Urban Arts. And I know so many other youth feel the same because there was a reason why we came back, and that's the exact reason. There's a sense of support and comfort, and it was a place where we could express our emotions and thoughts. And we wouldn't be judged. And it was a place where we could find resources such as mentors, and also we could get our supplies to fuel our arts and passion. When quarantine first started, I thought about how there were going to be students without resources to continue their art because NUA and AS220 were closed. And I thought about how students were going to struggle because art is a way of our life. Art is a form of therapy to so many of us. And I was wondering, how would that continue? And thankfully, I was able to because Providence Student Union was doing a virtual program about a virtual summer program about art and activism. And I was able to grow in that space with so many others. And I was able to grow as a youth organizer and as an activist. And I was able to tell my stories through art. Something that's been bothering me is how our state has so much pride, specifically our government officials, in calling the Providence, our capital, they call it the creative capital. Yet they keep underfunding these really important art programs that support so many youth, especially youth of color. And what happens is that while the Providence Police Department has a budget of $85 to $86 million, AS220 was struggling this year, trying to keep one of their most important programs, which was a program that helped students who were incarcerated or formerly incarcerated, DCYF involved, and who are at high risk of disconnection from not being in school or not working. And these programs are so necessary and critical to us and as a community as well. We should be taking from a few of those $1 million that the Providence Police Department has to refund the arts and the community that it's involved in. And what happened is creative art protests like these ones just show how powerful we are as a community, as artists, and also just as people It shows how we can bring art and activism together. It shows how our voices and our art have so much power and meaning, and how we can express our thoughts and so many other things. And I just want to end this quote with a quote from Toni Morrison, who was an author. And she said it best, saying, "This is precisely the time when artists go to work. There is no time for despair, no place for self-pity, no need for silence, no room for fear. We speak, we write, we do. That is how civilizations heal." So I'm not going to ask, I'm going to demand that Providence defunds the police and refunds the arts again. Thank you.
Give it up one more time. Dope. So dope. Be more 7, you out there? Be more. She was just here. All right, it's all good. She will go after. All right, so what we have next right now is we have Nika.
We're in Providence, Rhode Island.
Hey everybody. I want to say a huge thank you, first of all, to AS220 for putting this event on. Can we give them a round of applause? Thank you, AS220. My full name is Taha Salazar. I am a second grade teacher in Central Falls and also a theater artist and a writer. I wrote this poem that I'm going to share with you all, Simple Como Eso, or Held by the Love of Our Future. That I wrote actually and delivered for a fundraiser for More, which is another community organization that's doing a lot of amazing work. That fundraiser is obviously over, but you can always still donate to community orgs like AS220 and More. I wrote that poem based off of testimony that I gave to defund the Providence Police Department, but also to give a voice to my students who are 7 and 8, some of our youngest youth who are often left out of conversations concerning activism. Every day on my way to work, I drive past the Donald W. Wyatt Detention Facility, which is also an ICE detention center. According to their mission statement, the primary mission of the Wyatt Detention Facility is to protect the public from people who pose a threat to society. However, every day as I pass this building, I think about how it is my duty to protect my students and their families from this center and an unjust policing and judicial system that may send them there, that may take their bones and their blood, their sweat and their tears, the strength of their ancestors, and try to contain it in a tiny cell. Police brutality and understanding how to protect ourselves from the police has always been a part of my family's story. In the late 1960s and early 70s, my father was beaten by the cops in Denver more than once. He was beaten bloody for no reason other than being a Mexican man whose brown skin did not belong against the white picket fences in that neighborhood. I, like many other black and brown youth, was given the talk from an early age. If a police officer stops you, you listen, you don't resist, you say yes sir, no sir, you don't give them any reason to take your life. You fear them, and even then you understand. Even if you do everything right, you say yes sir, no sir, you don't resist arrest. Even then, they still may take your life. In a recent conversation with my students around the death of George Floyd, Matthias, who is 8, looked at me and said, "Miss, I'm confused. I don't understand. I thought police officers were supposed to protect people. Why would a police officer kill someone?" I didn't have an answer, or at least I didn't have one an 8-year-old could digest. So I talked about how sometimes the people who are supposed to protect us, when they are in power and have no fear of repercussions, they do bad things. I asked, what hurts our community more, breaking a pencil or hitting a person? This group of 22 little people unanimously agreed it hurt us more to hurt the person. We can replace the pencil, they said. We cannot replace the person, simple as that. Patrice wrote to me that she feels like she is in a prison. She is afraid to go outside, not just because of the pandemic we are experiencing, but for fear that her black skin may cause her to die. She is 7. No child should have to live with that fear, simple as that. Christians said the cops are doing bad things, they are aggressive. So we talked about the history of slave patrols in the South, how that is where the police started from, because these youth deserve to know the truth, and I will not be part of a system that seeks to subjugate and disempower them with a lack of knowledge, simple as that. Yeah. Kevin said they are burning Minneapolis. I asked why. He said they are mad. The people are mad. The police killed someone. Simple as that. I often imagine what a world would look like crafted by these black and brown children, the children of immigrants, immigrants themselves, a world in which right and wrong is so clear, simple as that, a world in which our community is taken care of, a world in which we prioritize people over property, a world in which we are protected from violence, a world in which we do not have to protect ourselves from the police. They imagine a world of justice, of love, of togetherness and support. I want to live in a world where I do not have to hug a child as she cries because her father has been detained by ICE. I want to live in a world where a young black girl does not feel afraid to step outside because of the color of her skin. I want to live in a world where my black and brown siblings do not fear for their lives when they are walking down the street. How glorious it will be to live in this world, held by the love of our future, held by their hopes and their dreams for a better tomorrow, simple as that. Thank you, everybody.
Great, folks. Mic check, what up? Yeah. Give it up one more time, yeah. How y'all feeling, good? All right, we got coming up next, we got B More 7.
Hi, this is Will James for Upriser I. We're in Providence, Rhode Island at a ProFest, an event to encourage defunding the police in favor of refunding arts in the city of Providence.
Good to see you guys.
What's up, everybody? First, before I start, I want to give a big shout out to Angeli and Sopio and Chachi, my longtime hip-hop people, for putting this event together. And this is a really special event for artists, as artists, for us to come together and express ourselves and share about what's going on. And that's how I'm able to deal and process with everything that's been going on. So I have some artwork over there, and that's part of a larger project that's on my website. It's not for sale. It's an educational memorial to victims, predominantly unarmed youth who have been killed by police. It's called Unarmed Infraction, so you can check it out later. This is a new piece called Tipping Point. I'm going to just do it a couple verses a cappella for you. If you don't get it by now, you're living under a rock. We went from desensitized to always living in shock. We traumatized, terrorized. How can we go from Barack to 45? It's like you recolonized all the blocks. From selling rocks and the war on drugs, the war on us. With pharmaceuticals, they pour on us. When they see us, instead of locking doors and clenching purses, reverse this. Breaking stereotypes and curses from driving while black. And don't forget shopping, I was living while black. Peep who they are stopping and killing. Police are the villains, instilling fear throughout the country, they be illin'. God willing, I think God left the building. So build and destroy with the voice of the children. Suffocated by white supremacists, Nazis, monsters. Been took the country hostage. Despite all of this, peep what we've accomplished. An uphill battle with barely an accomplished resilience that is out of this world like the cosmos near the grassy Tyson. Observe the tipping point. Nah. We over the edge. At the end of the rope, hard to see hope ahead. Too many last breaths, still too soon for sorry, the last resort. This is not a party, no Mardi Gras. We out here safari, the concrete jungle has made us get gnarly. Hardly enough been done thus far. Why we only get results when we burning cars? Then you say we thugs, or we not a part of the peaceful protest. It only goes so far. Feel our breaking point. Water boiled over. Stop crying over spilt milk. The playing soldiers dominate. That's the anthem of whiteness. 1492 began this whole crisis. Dominate. That's the anthem of whiteness. 1492 began this whole crisis, yeah. Let's talk about the violence. Let's talk about the white men with guns, the alliance, the silence, the masses, looting, the riots. Voices of the unheard that flex like pirates. Voices of the unheard that flex like pirates. We've tried every which way peaceful means possible. We're done sitting down, taking these improbable to make change the right way, so take it to the streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Code of the streets don't speak unless you're taking action. We're tired of the murder, the unarmed infraction, the killing. The unarmed infraction, divisions, the factions, the biggest gang sanctions, given by the law and order, code word for bastions. No satisfaction till Black Lives Matter and indigenous people get their land back. Facts.
Check. Mic check 1, 2. How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling okay? Can I get an ayo? Can I get an ayo? Now scream! Yeah. We're going to do a quick roll check. Is Monic, Mohik Eagles, Vernon Martin. Who else we got? Thomasina, Manny, Renee, Leon, Child Black. Is that it? If any of y'all here, make sure you come and check in. What's up, Luke?
What's up with you, man?
Cool. So before we keep it rocking, I just want to make sure that that we clarify something. I'm so amped that like AS220 is getting mad love, and I'm director of programs there. But just to keep the record straight, this is not an AS220 event. This is an event for all of us, right? So this is like a Providence, Rhode Island youth arts artist celebration that was put on by myself, Chachi Sokio, and so many others, with collaboration and help from Providence Youth Arts Collaborative that involves the likes of the AS220, Everett Dance Theater, Manhattan Ave Projects, and Urban Arts, formerly Girls Rock, now called Riot, Community Music Works, like all of us. This is about all of us, not just one org, because we all got to be here to make this ecosystem. So shout out AS220, shout out PIAC, shout out Chachi, shout out the youth, shout out Soul. And yeah, we love the love, but this is an all of us event, not just a one org production for sure.
Yeah, I just want to add on to that as well. You know, I feel that it's really important for us to identify, support politicians and policies that are working towards reinvesting in our youth, reinvesting in arts and education. That's critical, right? Our fight is here. Our fight is now. You know, so it's real easy to take an event like this and twist it and, you know what I'm saying, play it out to be what it's not. You know what I mean? And what it is this is peace. This is love, and this is justice, live in action. This is us providing a safe space for youth to speak their minds while we try to navigate through some of the darkest times that we're living in, that I've experienced in my lifetime. But, you know, whenever there's hard times, there's always like the light at the end of it, right? So, you know what I mean? We're just moving through the tunnel right now, and just us getting together. If you look around, look at us. We got all ages, all shades, all colors, all walks of life. And we're all here together just to celebrate each other and to know that there is hope. And that if we work together, if we come together and we love each other, love ourselves, we will find a way. We will find a way to provide a better opportunity for those that are coming after us. And I feel that that's our common goal, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not about us, right? It's about him. You know what I'm saying? It's about him. Like, what's life gonna look like for him when he's our age if we don't make changes now? So with that being said, yo, one more time, yo, peace, love, justice. Amen to that. I think we're gonna go into the next act right now. Yeah, Alex the Blue and Lex Phoenix. Alex the Blue and Lex Phoenix.
Would you be able to check if my live stream is working? I'm not recorded. I just our first time using this software. Just like, try Facebook, yeah. It's called Uprise, alright?
Oh, yeah. I think that's my friend's dad.
Really? Steve Office?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, yeah. Yeah. Uprise. No, that's our big. Oh, yeah, we're live. Great, thank you.
Mic check. Check. Okay. I'm Alex the Blue. Hi everyone, love to see all y'all beautiful faces today. I'm Lex. Hello everyone.
Again, an event to encourage refunding of the city's arts in schools and other places.
1, 2, 1, 2, coming up right now. Ooh. This song is about smoking loud. No smoke, no smoke. 1 toe, 2 toe. I swear to God, I'm so bored. I'm so bored. Too late too soon, I can't wanna leave right now. Cause your vibe is slowing me down. I have to love you. This isn't a letter to do. I swear I don't. Hey, I'm writing out something different. I wanna be in space. I wanna travel. I don't wanna listen. I don't wanna cry. I lies, your lies, yes. Your la da 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 da. Hey, 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 hey. La la da 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 blue. Put some niggas on your feet. Tie up your shoes and let's listen to the beat. Talk what I meant. Pay attention to the lesson I dimension and I'm preaching for the seeker. Never even got a chance to fix my breathing. What was I with the gang and she ran with the clique? What? She snitched on me. I've been okay. Hold on, wait a second. Let's bring this chorus back for another repression. I tour with no flaws. These girls be hearing flaws. This is a Fuji's beat and I'm just rapping to the chords. Up your shoes and let's listen to the beat. Talk what I meant and I tell you. Get left on scene. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Bring it up.
We are at Burnside Park in Providence, Rhode Island at an event to
Make some noise one time. No, you ain't gonna get away with that one. I said, how we doing today? Whoever won this, a lot of people like, yo, what's your name? My name is City Rich because I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into this music. I bleed this. And I try talking about justice and stuff. I would like to shout out my wife, Felicia Love, who is running if you care about black lives, then you should care about black birth, right? You know what I'm saying? That makes a lot of sense. So, a little bit faster, a little bit louder. I still a little bit more. I still a little bit more. I got some merchandise for y'all. I got some stickers. I'll give them out for free. And if you want to buy a shirt, more. Make some noise. Tell me what it all up. A little bit more. I ain't still a pretty, pretty flow so that maybe you can feel it. I still a little bit more. I still pick up the ball. Instead of so low on the floor. Please let me know that I'm gone. So to come everywhere. Any of these folks living in a joke. I'm a pro for most of my life when it's live. You know, I'm a student. I must remember I am a star from the closet. Yeah, my blood till I'm cursing.
don't know a damn thing about it. I'm on my, now you can I ain't scared a little bit more. I ain't scared to pick up the ball. Standing so long. What are y'all doing? Go! Yeah! And I say a bit, I mean all of it. Tattoos all over my neck when I'm tolerant. Let that help you right, you just call it sick. I don't forget about what I've got with it. You already know how it goes, and you know I said it. Since you doing yours, hit me on the phone. Like a nigga. Word to explore. Make some noise! Noise! My people don't say the Pledge of Allegiance. Talk about the land of the free last week and they put up with the whole damn people. Look me in my eyes, tell me we still equal. The shit that we smoke is illegal. I think the bullets should use them more lethal. I ain't gonna pick up the ball. So I got high hopes. I still a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Just a little. Yeah. Yo, shout out to. Yo, can I get my phone? Can you throw me my phone? What's the deal with y'all? Been getting real big and call me Neil Riggers. Deal with them. Why is the system concealing the real victims? They always say that history's written. Get away with it, so you best expect resistance. My brothers and sisters coming in fully equipped. Going in, my voice starts tingling. It's way past non-violence. Knowing that you see a nigga pull up in the whip. Reparations ain't gonna do it for you predators. We the ones who real nigga make a big squeal. They be trying to squeeze the steel triggers. That's the reason when they kneel. Poem after this, brother. This is my father right here. This is my dad's voice. But this is the protest song right here. If you feel real protesty energy right now, let it out. I said, let me hear you make some noise. Choppers, I follow for popping, no way they gon' stop them. I pull up with choppers, I pull up with choppers, I pop them from popping, no way they gon' stop them. I pull up with choppers, interdimensional, making our harbors. They might just shoot us for putting our arms. Don't sound so riveted, I don't play shit, my voice is the instrument. Oh, dirty. Ain't got no option, we just gon' drop it, automatic. It's so toxic, radioactive, popping up our spit, you can get sauce. You wear shirts on my pants, get you out of bro. If I touch you bastard, you shatter. Or you make that sit you with the black you. Watch out for that. Load up the last clip. Chopper, no way they gon' stop us. I'm gonna leave you guys with this.
Hi again, it's police in favor of increasing funding or refunding arts programs in the city of Providence. There's been a lot of focus on programs for youth.
I needed to share it at this one too. If only it wouldn't just load. I said, how are we feeling today? Make some noise! Coming out here today. Much love to everyone. I love you all. Just talk to me. I ain't going nowhere. Alright, so it goes like you and me. Our country built on top of our backs as we bleed suffocates all of our air with basic liberties with the descendants of those that once hung us from trees. How can we think for which this system was designed? I see red streaks of blood on every single U.S. flag. I see a so they stand, we say hands up, don't shoot. That's when they give the signal to call in the troops. In cahoots, we refuse to submit to your power abuse. You took everything from us, we'll take 8 times when her home was invaded, mistakenly. Yet her life was still taken for war. and I will lay down my life when it comes to this matter, because no life can matter. I'm telling y'all, shout out to all the artists. Thank you to Sophia, Angel, everybody. Much love.
Word up, y'all. Give it one more time. Show some love. Hey, Manny, make some speak our piece, right?
A shout out to the comrade Najeli. For real. Though, I wanted to start this off by speaking to the school system, to be clear. But I wanted to talk about my experiences through high school, especially with after the fact. So I grew up without really wanted to take, so I started branching out into different youth boards. So New Urban Arts was there for me. Other organizations that may have not been for me, organizations that are still there as resources for students that do not get those resources at Providence Public Schools. We don't have that backbone that we need from schools, but with brand new security systems, and yet we don't even have proper funding for our programs inside and outside of school students. But we have SROs in every single school that can be there to provide needs for students that are in need of mental health. And we have SROs that terrorize our youth. We have SROs that we don't need to go as hard as to defend against police brutality. When we saw a firefighter get profiled by cops, get a gun drawn by cops, that goes to YPI, have her get tackled and break down by, we're going to set the city on fire. But yet we know as Providence youth that we won't do that to our own city. And they continue to reciprocate that energy. So the fact that we are safe here, the fact that may be true, but it's also invalid. Just because we don't have officers putting necks into black communities. We have a bunch of and well-being of black, brown, indigenous, people of color. When we see youth forces, they send a clear message to major FU that we had to do, and you be the sense of
Whoa. Make some noise, show us some love.
Everyone, I use they them pronouns. Y'all event coordinators need to give people's pronouns. And I also want to shout out the comrade Najeli. Y'all saw my picture of her. She was literally doing nothing, and two cops dragged her down into the street while people wearing back the blue. So yeah, I want to highlight what Manny was saying and put that. Had a graphic death be caught on camera yet doesn't mean that doesn't happen here. We saw what happened. Of police brutality against minorities who are still on the force and have barely received any kind of learning over the past 2 months. Anyway, let me get off my soapbox. That's not what I'm here for. From a trip I took to Ghana some years ago. On the street, wait for me to get home, all shiny, slick head, and a laugh have mine. Vernunia leads this way. Vernunia picks up all the foreign things on my bed and turns them over in her born my color. Can I have it to try? How can I say? On life's pulse, ebullient was a word made to describe. Oh, how could I explain that you were so beautiful? It almost hurt my face, but I know you know the smell of rain and the impeccable symmetry of flowers and the first good day after a long winter. If I could. Power to the people. Vernunia leads me to her half house, just concrete bones, no window. It's my sister, she sings in her talking voice. Come, Mom says. Attention. To the glistening of warm water rolling over pudgy edges, a babe, tummy, then turned again. I won't tell you the secret part of this ritual, but I'll wash over you. Okay, I can't help but look back and wish for better. His love for myself, how it waxes and wanes. Raindrops on window pane, feeble and still untrained. It's time that I snap back, mindful of future fire, like book match. I mean matchbooks. But if you're here to crack spines, then I'm here to match books. The truth that is found coming out for the speakers. Just pray to the ground that is underneath sneakers. I no longer look left. My neck got too tired from being too crooked. My chest, and if my chest is too flat and it makes me androgynous, then the definition between for the soul of this nation, because the next realm is ready for the students' patience. Parties at work, then get it on, wanted it all, and I could hold it, just keep it frozen, time could go. A moment as goosebumps cycles, prickled pride, was losing focus, was really blistered, sniffing blizzards, drugs went through, my skin it festers, lowest moments, time that I own it, I couldn't. We tight like shadows in public, my skin sings when you rub it, but you're not mine to covet. Are coven tight like which ones? I always keep a harem, I'm never choosing, still know that I'm chosen. The message of my lowest moments. Alright. We needed defunding. This shit isn't funny. We need money. We need black abundance. This shit is not funny. They called it Angola, the noose that hangs over the grass that's so green because there's blood in the water. Grab on your loved ones and just hold them harder because roaming the streets we are subject to slavery. And I want it done Monday, so give me the money. We need black precincts to rec centers till we expunge juvenile arrest records, get pigs off the street who are like lead weapons. I don't want to memorize and sit around. All police do is sit around and pretend to defend. They try to claim present, bridge, past, water, but to go underneath is to see all the reasons that the
I first want to say I so appreciated the art and the poetry and the music that everyone has presented today and the compassion that you put into it for each other and for this world. But with transitional and the permanent housing, job readiness, like training and preparation, podcast called The Freedom Fighters with some of my good friends through our organization Providence Haven, from the state where the transatlantic slave trade originated, from a state that is, I don't think that it should not be the responsibility of people. I'm in studies and I want to inspire other white people to take a stand quickly, but open to change is better than not showing up at all. I have a lot of shame, anger, frustration in the world right now and being a direct beneficiary of histories of oppression, but I know that that will never come. I just want to put an emphasis on the history and the roots of policing in southern, a lot of y'all definitely probably know this, but vague laws around like a situation and there was no means to do that. You were then subjected to prison, and that turned into convict leases that we live off of today was built by people of color in mines, working in railroads, working on our infrastructure. Housing segregation, and it leads to when people don't have the our recidivism rates when we send someone into prison and they go back soar. It's programs are definitely underfunded, but I think our schools as a whole really are charged in terms of like having racially and economically diverse in the same area. It broadens and makes stronger our tax base to then put into things like public education, public health care. A lot of the cops, especially like if you look at New York, live in outside of their salaries are going to their already well-resourced public schools, just everything in their community. And then, yeah, lack of affordable housing is a really big problem here. There is no one district in Rhode Island where So it's a huge problem. There's lots of people organizing around different bills to work on fixing that. Portrayal of like looting and rioting. So I think, as a white person, it's not my place at all at this point. So it's not my place. If people have been so disenfranchised, steal a flat screen, like by all means, it's some form of deferred payment. It's illegal. These resources we have are not all that effective because it's only like 5% of the time that they're actually at the scene of an active party over people, particularly historically property of white men. So, from its originations in white supremacy. I think going forward, it's definitely important to prioritize the defunding, redistributing of those funds into safer community accountability practices and service, and your circumstances from leading you maybe to survival crime or leading you to there's a coalition of local public organizations in Providence for their psychological health. It's a violent, racist space. It doesn't create people who it just doesn't make sense. So there's a lot of people in there, and it's also the most expensive facility to upkeep. So it's really just counterproductive by a lot of Congress people, and it's super comprehensive in terms of redistributing funds, enabling things like community land trust, which is owned publicly by the community, civic building, all of those things. There's a lot more to it, but you can check it out, and then email. Do have some power in that regard, and it can feel very hopeless, but we have to at least try. I don't think it's a time.
Give it up, give it up, dropping them rules. Thank you for that. All right. Y'all ready to party? Yo, so I have the pleasure of introducing one of the illest Sokio fan, and as somebody who grew up watching this man dance, and he inspired me to dance, and then me learning about Cade to introduce Case Closed!
As police have been much together here.
I come here today to that we are treated differently than other people, and
hey, this the East Side County Big Redemption Line. Know what I'm talking about?
Crime Watch volunteer George Zimmerman spotted him. Anyway, he begins chasing him.
This guy looks like he's up to no good or he's on drugs.
During a traffic stop over what she says was a broken taillight.
License to carry. He was trying to get out his he had a firearm. He was reaching for his wallet.
Reynolds, calm and clear. Her young daughter,
an EMT with dreams of becoming a nurse, was fatally killed when she was shot 8 times.
I'm tired of seeing what you gonna do. time for Ken. Next up, we gonna bring up John Sordo. John. If y'all feeling good, say yeah.
Kids like me, we aren't the best at expressing our emotions or finding a way for me to express myself, or for me to finally get out what I want to say and get out all I'm feeling. So I think that's really important that we refund the arts, so that way kids like me can have the opportunity.
Back to living on, back to the past, back to the freedom of staying back to that make me better, back to things that kept me winning, now back to things that keep me losing. For lost souls, and let them know why I'm doing all this. 9 o'clock, I let them know. Hey, but something comes out when you put energy into it. Maybe I can go and find lost. Someone who knows when I have my fears and put them all in the music is found. Cause I'm a guy, keep living for someone that gets me and help me see 2 days out of 1. Oh, yeah, thinking of spinning the valve, my song, my lyrics, go back to back. Back to living, not back to the past. Back to free, no staying back. Back to the people that did me better, now back to the things that make me better. Back to the things be better, now back to the things that make me better. Back to the things that kept me with it. Back to the things I stay in patrol for lost souls, and let them know why I'm doing all this. Let them know hype and something comes out. My name is John Sordo, but I go by Stone Python. Y'all can look me up on Spotify. Right now. I went through a breakup recently, so if I sound whiny, what's the point from living this life? What's the point of living if you ain't breathing? Cause you know that you are the lead. I've been drowning underwater just for you, babe. You've been searching for the way you try to save me. It don't seem like anybody's true. But I know you, I wanna hold you. What's the point of living is a lie? I've been thinking, what's the point of living if you ain't breathing? Cause you know that I've been drowning underwater just for you, babe. You've been searching, but it ain't there. I've been thinking, lying together, no she's like who do we even know? I never get to see you. And the point of being by your side, what's the point if I don't get no cry? What's the point, girl, I need you in my life, but I got you, I really want to be saying, save me. You've been searching, but it ain't there. Save me, but it ain't there. Save me. But it ain't there. This last song is for any doubters in your life. You think that, you know, just because they say that you mean nothing does not mean you're nothing. You are something, alright? Alright, let's go. This track, hey, I don't know what to do this time. What to do this time? I feel home. When it comes to me, they all want me to lose. But if it's to choose, keep on that talking, they don't even know who I am. Like, white, I just walked in. Boy, you, these bars, anyone to tell me I'm good, cause I know that I'm better than you. I don't care if you got bigger checks, paper man, you still lose like for the way you are, cause I gotta remember, God first, that's always true. And never forget we started, so I'm like, why you want to talk to me? Why? I'll get somebody there. I feel like I'm out of my mind. By the track on running these laps. You better catch it way in the back. If you really want smoke, I'ma give a handle. I get the G's like I'm playing piano. You gotta jump, I gotta learn. More than the surfaces. I get the call, told me don't murder this. They ask where the furnace is. Play these bars, you get it. I ain't just speaking that day. You always been the flame. Like I'm on John to the train. We push you best believe I'm coming next. The hold the seat behind the panel. Every piece I say a trample. You are lying, that makes me Daniel. I get somebody this track this time. I don't know what to do.
Cobra. Word up. My bad, kid. You killed that, man, for real. Make some noise for him. Hey, there you are. What's up, man?
I wrote this poem like a couple years ago, and I never was born in you. In the Southside Hospital that would never be more than a few minutes away. I grew up on your streets, even for just a few days, and I never want that comfort. Providence, I watch you fall apart and be rebuilt. Claim nativity. But the parasites are only the brood Providence. The parents and grandparents oversee the destruction of our neighborhoods and schools. The poor discuss where the odds should be. We writhe in agony and they're filled with accomplishment. Facing you with my fingers against the glass. It is always within our grasp, our North Star. Our Colossus of Rhode Island. Providence, I feel so. Children I grew up with have taken their lives. We now sing and write to remember their lives. We now sing and write dead. Providence, I'm sorry we've had to bury bodies much too young under your skin. Providence, your children grew up following. Our insides raw. Our disbelief yearning for that same freedom. But it's so hard to argue against the grave. Ancestors and escape the pain. Where life and the police and the whim of the bureaucrats can't hurt us no more. Providence, so many empty ones, Providence. They boarded up and foreclosed. Go home. Providence, we feel you tremble at our cries, up and down your tracks, from downtown to the south side. Providence will be in better hands when the meek take power. Providence, one day will rid you of the parasites of the boys in blue and of the politicians, and the landlords that plague you. Providence, one day you'll be free from their poison and malice, and your people will too. All right. And that's it for me. So get strapped. Read Lenin, read George Jackson, read Fanon. It'll be easy.
Awesome, amazing. One more time, show him some love. Up next on the mic, the good brother Vatic. Yes, 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 yes. Make some noise, y'all.
If you just get in here and you're like, what is this madness? This is ProFest PVD. We are here telling our city of Providence to defund the police and refund the arts. Fund what matters, fund what works, fund our young people, fund creative expression with a creative capital, right? Right, with the creative capital, then put your money where your mouth is, you heard?
Thank you, Angel, Sokio, Chachi, and I appreciate y'all
keeping the show moving, but unfortunately this part is not a show. So this is actually going to be a sing-along. So, are y'all ready? This is your part. Oh, say down. Oh, say down. That was all right. Not the best, but we can work with it. We'll struggle together. So what's going to happen is I'm going to vibe a little bit and do like a ritual in front of us all for the preventable deaths that we've been experiencing in this wave. And then we're going to just jump in together and like, I'm going to need your energy so that we can go off. All right. Hey, 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 yeah, 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 la da 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 la la, oh, la da 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 da, bye la 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 la, bye la 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 la. They say they're trying hard, la la la. We getting down, la 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 la. They letting the black scars, la la la. They driving fast, ooh, la 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 la. Hey, hey, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, oh, 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 35 Railroad FM, 35 Railroad FM, 35 Railroad FM. 35 Railroad F, yeah, now 35 Railroad F, 35 Railroad F, 35 Railroad F, 35 Railroad, hey, can you feel me, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, I'm a real G, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, nails filthy, yeah, oh, they steady trying to kill me, yeah, 35 Railroad Ave. Oh, say down, byway, hey, 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 hey. Oh, say down, byway, hey, 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 hey. Oh, say down, 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 by my way. Oh, say down. Oh, say down, 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 by my way. Oh, say down, by way. Oh, say down, by way. Oh, say down, by way. Come on. Oh, say down, by way. Yeah. Oh, say down. See your enemies. Oh, say down, by way. Oh, say down. Eating green with your frenemies. Oh, say down, by way. Oh, say down, competing versus kindred, we oh, say down, by way, oh, say down, reaching towards the sky to feed, yeah, by way, oh, say down, the birds, the bees, oh, say down, by way, oh, say down, the feed, the steed, oh, say down, by way, oh, say, and I just want to make believe, yeah, by way, oh, say that, that they ain't trying to make me bleed, yeah, by way, oh, say that, by way, oh, say that, by way, oh, say that, by way, oh, say that. Next part goes like this. It goes, ooh, ha, ooh, ooh, ha, ooh, ooh, ha, ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. I need help with the ooh part too. Ooh, ooh. If country tis a bee, ooh, what you did to me, ooh, ha. Turn my friend into my enemy, yeah, yeah, ooh. And now you wanna try me in your industry, yeah, yeah, ooh, ha. They've been at it for centuries, yeah, ooh, why country is a thee, ooh, why ain't we living free, ooh,
Hey, one of places in captivity. Hey, ooh, ha, and then get mad at obscenities. Hey, ooh, they've been called us for centuries. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we made it from the bottom. They had no fear, can't stop us. We running for the race. Saved by the grace. They call us the N-word. We look at them absurd. But if he gets a gun, I won't stand or run. Cause I made it from the bottom. Yeah. They wanna make us individuals. Yeah. Make us individuals. Yeah. They wanna strip us of our rituals. Yeah. Just to make us individuals. Make us individuals. Can y'all say that? Make us individuals. Can you do this one? They make us individuals. Yeah. They trying to make us individuals. Make us in all my life I have this hope. Say we do it all the time. I blow it, puff it into smoke. Say we do it all the time. And all my dreams they think are jokes. Say we do it all the time. But I've been building for my folks. Yeah, they wanna make us individuals. Make us individuals. Hey, and then turn us into criminals. Yeah, they're trying to make us individuals. Let's go back. Stay down. Byway, more energy. Stay down. Yeah. Byway. Stay down. More. Byway. More. Stay down. Down. Byway. Yeah. Stay down. Down. Byway. Yeah. Stay down. Byway. What? Stay down. Byway. Yeah. Stay down. Ooh. Byway. Yeah. Stay down. Ooh. See your enemies. Stay down. Byway. Stay down. Eating green with your frenemies. Stay down. Byway. Stay down. Competing with the kindred weed. Yeah. Byway. Stay down. Reaching toward the sky to feed, yeah. Come on. Byway, stay down. The birds, the bees, stay down. Byway, stay down. To feed the steed, yeah. Byway, stay. And I just want to make believe, yeah. Byway, stay down. The jungle trying to make me sneeze or wheeze or bleed, yeah. Stay down, yeah. What's right, what's wrong? Byway, say. What's life trapped in a song? Yeah. Byway, say. We're left to sing along. Yeah. Byway, say. And march amongst the throngs. Come on, give it to me. Byway, say. Tell me. What's right? Stay down. Byway, come on. Stay down. Tell me. What's right? Yeah. Byway. Stay down. We all coveted another's life. Stay down. Byway. Stay down. But they take it with a gun and knife. Stay down. Come on. Byway. Stay down. They take it with your ratchet spite. Stay down. Byway. Stay down. Last time. What's right? Stay down. Byway. Stay down. What's right? Yeah. Byway. Stay down. Face with death. Every step is fight. Stay down. Byway. Oh, stay down, faced with death, every breath is lying. Byway, oh, sit down by my way. We like, hey, by the way, stay. Oh, sit. We like, hey, like, oh, sit. Woo. Thank you.
Yo, make some noise one more time for Vadi. Ladies and gentlemen, I had the pleasure of bringing up to the microphone a dear friend of mine, super talented, one of my best friends, and our last performer of ProFest. Make some noise one time for Thomasina.
I act like it's my first time. Hi, guys. I wanted to say hi. I want to run over here with all my germs and stuff. My beautiful love germs. Sorry. Go, quick. No, I don't do covers. Sorry. But yeah, you're good. I think you like what I'm going to do for you. Okay, guys. So I hate that I have to be here. I try to go through these things every time and not drop a tear and be the strong one, you know? I'm the grown-up, have to be the strong one for the youth. And then I see the youth lead the troops, and I just say thank you. Thank you so much to the youth. Please give it up to our youth. Because not for nothing, grown folk, and I'm talking to my grown folk, we owe them to lead this and have their backs, okay? This is their future. They have to end the cycle. So let's let them end the cycle. I hate that I have to be here. I have 3 grown children that I have to worry about. So I hate that I have to be here. But I'm thankful that we have a platform and that you all gave the creatives a platform to be able to speak. Because as a person going through, as we're all going through this, probably all lost and confused, right? I was trying to find my place. Where do I belong? What am I going to do now? You know? I'm sorry. Yeah, so I was trying to find my place, you know? I'm like, what am I going to do? I got to do something. I'm going to go follow this group. I'll follow that group. I need to find my place. I have to do something. But all I can do is be me, raise my children to fight and know who they are and be strong people, to go after theirs, take back their power through finance and home ownership, right? I have to teach them to know the system is not built for them, but in spite of that, they will be great and take that shit over. Excuse my language to the children. Because I'm not raising children, I am raising warriors. I am building empires, okay? And we all need to do that. So in order to do that, grown folks, we need to support our youth. We have to. We're too scared. Admit it. You're scared. This is scary. Those kids, they don't care about nothing. Fearless. And we don't know how to be fearless. We're lost. So that's all I got to say about that. I didn't know what I want to do, so I just felt the vibe, and this is what I'm going to do. So I wrote this poem. Hold on. And for some reason, every time I do poetry, I shake. So excuse that. So I wrote this poem. I watched the Dave Chappelle, Mark Twain, if any of you watched that.
And this was around when COVID, we all just got shut down. And the first thing I thought was, oh my God, they took away my breath. How am I gonna breathe? I don't have a stage. How am I gonna do this? The first thing they took away was our voice. They locked us up and they silenced us, right? Someone like Dave Chappelle, a comedian, what I get trip out about people who they act like they've never heard racism, huh? If you listen to any comedians and paid attention to that world, they kept it alive. They taught and educated, and especially Dave Chappelle. So when I seen that, I thought, oh my God, how are they gonna speak? They took away the stage. So this is what I wrote. I'm stepping in hotter this year, I'm stepping in hotter this year. Blazing only fire, I'm blazing only fire. Stepping in hotter this year, I'm stepping in hotter this year. Blazing only fire, I'm blazing only fire. February. I was feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling like, yes, this is my time. Feeling alive on stage, finding my place, trying to get it right. Understanding time and what the people really like. I was stepping in hot, feeling on fire. So why? Why are they trying to extinguish my light? Try to strip me of my voice. Said we must stay inside if we want to stay alive. Well, they tried to withdraw my oxygen, take my medicine. How do I breathe and feel free without the stage and the vibes, the faces and the smiles, the oohs and the ahs, the go girl, and the silence. Audiences that made me smile, intimate moments with the crowds, rocking a jam in a freestyle, poetry beginning to free my mind, dancing on dance floors, singing out loud. They tried to silence me. March. They tried to silence me. They tried to silence me, keep us away from producing positive energies, demanding separation and high anxiety. Slowly they kill off we, dying quickly from what and how, ingesting deep, sucking out our oxygen. What's really going on? Oh, they tried to silence we. Yes, they tried to silence we, pull us away from all our energies as they create a new society. Sit back and panic, we break down, follow the rules, do what they say to we. Sit at home alone, no human contact, take away from we. Why they want to silence me? Strip down my whole artistry. Why they try to silence we? Taking away all our energies. No stages, no mics, no DJs, no lights, no clubs, no open mics, no live shows, no venues. They tried to silence me. April. Now we must stay home. Silence we no more. We have connections to all the masses. Live DJ, Zoom parties, dancing all night long. TikTok, we don't stop. No, we only find another way. Creatives still shine for all the world to see. We help heal. The music and arts will never die. Music and arts defines life and times. So you want to silence we? May. They tried to silence me as we still trapped at home. Only essential employees allowed to roam. Mask on, 6 feet apart begins to start the division. Division, kill them off slowly. Yes, they tried to silence me. Slowly knocking us off in our streets. Jogging, just sleeping, going to the store. No protection, mask off. We call them law. To serve and protect, they have failed us all. They tried to silence me when they nailed masks off. I can't breathe. June. Oh, they tried to silence me as we come together united in our streets. Mask on. No, they want to silence we as we shout Black Lives Matter, as we stand together to protect human beings. No, they won't silence we. We will shout, sing, dance, fight for all the world to see. As the world comes together to fight what's right. Sorry, guys. As the world comes together to fight what's right. Oh, where'd you go? They see the pain in the streets. Mask on. So yeah, now you attract our entire lives. So you want and expect us to stay silent? No. The creatives will speak. The youth will speak. The people will speak. Come together and build unity. In time of trouble, we help heal the heart and strengthen the mind. The stage will be different. The message, the same. Our voice will be heard loud and clear. I stand with humankind. I will not be silent and watch as you take another life. Mask off. See, you have a plan. A new plan in sight. Let's see what July brings. See, now July is here. I haven't wrote that part yet. It didn't start off that way. We stepping out hotter this year. Stepping out hotter this year. Blazing only fire. We blazing only fire. Whoa. Y'all. All you gotta do is give love, fight for what you believe in. Don't be afraid. Let me say that one more time. Don't be afraid. Because at the end of the day, it's just you and your judge. What anybody else has to say, what anybody else has to think, doesn't matter. It's just you and your judge. So be true to who you are. But right now, fight for what we believe in. Take that money from them cops. We need this for our children. Give it back to the arts. Give it back to real education. And parents, ensure you're educating your children at home about the realness. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Hey, listen, one more time for Thomasina. Couldn't have picked a better way to end it and a better message. We'd like to thank you all again on behalf of myself, Sokio, Angel. We just wanted to get together as artists and figure out a way to collect the voices of our artists, especially the youth, to allow them an opportunity to speak their piece and to encourage y'all to get out, run for office if you can. You know what I mean? Make sure that you seek out, do your research, and find the politicians and the policies that are about supporting and reinvesting in education and arts. That's why we are here. And yeah, absolutely. And the fight continues. To all the artists and educators, you know what I'm saying? My heart beats with y'all. I know what it's about. Again, I can't reiterate as much. The schools are the front line right now. You know what I'm saying? The schools are the front line of the war zone. We must protect our children. We must protect our youth. We cannot allow the system to use our schools as a petri dish to try out these experiments. You know what I'm saying? We need to be able to safeguard ourselves. If the schools are too dangerous to go out and make a one-time vote, they need to be too dangerous to allow our students to go back into and fully access. And you already know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pass the mic to Angel. Peace and love, y'all.
Yeah, we want to give a special shout out to Grace, Zane, B-More7, and Michi providing the visual arts for the day. So give it up for them. Thank you for everyone who helped sanitize the mic, space closed, pass out masks. And I want to just acknowledge that we had a symbolic moment here tonight, and especially when Case Closed was performing. I think we all witnessed the misinformation and the arrogance that circled the perimeter very loud. But we as a people did exactly what we're supposed to do. We acknowledged the harm. We looked at each other. We gave each other a head nod, and we kept that shit moving. We kept focused. Don't let people keep you from getting focused. A lot of people are going to say a lot of stuff. A lot of people are going to try to deter us from our journey. But just like them young people did on the stage, you say word, you look at each other, and you keep dancing. You keep on going, keep that shit pushing. ProFest, we out. Hit us up, ProFest PVD. If you need resources, you want to know who's running with the Defund the Police initiative out here, like PSU, like PRISM, like Arise, all these different organizations, hit us up if you need their info, or hit them up directly. If you want to get your child in an arts program, you hit us up, profestpvd@gmail.com. We will put you in touch with whoever you need to be in touch with. There's so many resources, even virtually right now. So hit us up. All right, we out. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Push Media, we see you. The Park Studios, come check out Thomasina tomorrow performing at the Solstice. Yeah.
We are in Providence, Rhode Island, inside Burnside Park, at an event to encourage refunding the arts by defunding the Providence Police. So we've had a couple of musicians, rappers, singers, poetry, all encouraging defunding the police and refunding the arts. This is Will James for Uprise RI. I'm going to walk around a little bit, get some of the signs, and then we'll wrap up for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you notice, we are on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube Live right now. Thank you to our Patreon supporters for helping us purchase that. We love you. This is a painting depicting the arrest of Nayeli Rodriguez, which occurred on the 23rd, last week, I believe, on Thursday, where she was arrested seemingly for just using her First Amendment rights. It's been referenced a lot recently at marches and such as the march on Saturday, which we also live streamed if you would like to see. But it's only on Facebook. Alright, so I think I'm going to wrap up. Again, this is Will James for Uprise RI. We are in Burnside Park in Providence, Rhode Island at an event to encourage refunding the arts by defunding the police. People are asking the city to prioritize these types of services that increase the well-being of the community by demonstrating the power of art. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.